Lionel Scaloni, Tata Martino. I'm gonna start off with the managers I do know and go from there. I got this idea from I saw someone do. Just had to make sure. Sorry. Who is Jurgen Klopp? She did a pretty good video. I fell asleep to it. It was a dark room. I mean, I could kind of do this with this room, and you guys could just see the the screen, and me. But of course, this is a trial in progress. I want you guys to give me your opinion on how the video went. It's kind of unprofessional because a lot of people have scripts and look in front of them, but it is ASMR, and the main goal is to help you fall asleep or help you, calm down and de-stimulate yourself and be relaxed. So we're gonna start the series. It's gonna go by segments. I'm gonna talk about his club career, his club career, his national team career, and then eventually his managerial career. Of course, you can tell by the kit it's very small and it's tight, but it could be pretty nice to do something like this. Sebastian Scaloni, born the 16th of May in 1978. That is right before the 1978 World Cup in Argentina. Was born in Pujato, Santa Fe. Supposedly, Santa Fe. It's a province. Yeah, let me just. Sorry. At the time in his playing career, he played as a right back or a right midfielder. Of course, think about it, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, right midfielders and left midfielders were super common. Now, not so much. To start off the game, people usually use wingers. The 4-4-2 has become kind of obsolete because they don't have a free-flowing number 10, or how they would call it now, a center forward or a midfielder that takes a lot of risks. So he played for Newell's Old Boys in 1995. Of course, we know Newell's have famous players such as Messi in their youth academy and Diego Armando Maradona at the end of his career. Don't quote me on that. In his playing career, Maradona did play for Newell's Old Boys. He spent a lot of his time in Spain. I'm not going to try to read off. I'm just going to go off the stats. He went from Newell's Old Boys with 12 appearances. Estudiantes de la Plata. Estudiantes de la Plata. 37 matches played for them over a period of a season, a year. Estudiantes de la Plata are one of the most famous teams in Argentina. They have a few Copa Libertadores to their name. They have 4 Copa Libertadores. Most recent one, 2009. So 2 famous teams so far. But after that, he scored 7 goals for them, by the way. In 1998, he ended up going to Deportivo La Coruña in Spain. And it looked like it went well. He had 200 appearances for the club and 14 goals scored. In the beginning of 2006, however, he was loaned out to West Ham United, and he played 13 matches for them. He also helped West Ham reach an FA Cup final where they lost on penalties to Liverpool. Of course, this is before the World Cup, so he went and he wanted to get game time naturally to see, to try his chances. He took the number 2 shirt from departed Thomas Repka, and he made his debut against Sunderland. In Deportivo La Coruña, he won a few titles. Of course, this is before the dominance, the incredible dominance of Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid. They're contenders. Don't get me wrong, they're not contenders. They could fight for a title or 2, but they're still known as one of the best. Of course, the early 2010s and the late 90s, a lot of different teams were winning titles. It was 6-7 teams that can contend for a title. Now, not so much. At the end of that loan spell, he went back to Deportivo La Coruña. Right now, as we're speaking, Deportivo La Coruña. He went to Racing Santander for 1 year. Racing Santander are a smaller team. I don't know why I did that. They're a smaller team. Also playing currently in the second division, the second division. But then after that, he spent most of his career in Italy, going to Lazio in 2007, playing 52 games for them and scoring 1 goal. And I think that he scored 1 goal. He moved to Lazio on a 5-year deal in the January of the same year. No, and 6 months after, he went on loan to Real Club Deportivo Mallorca, however you want me to pronounce it, for 18 months. It went well. It didn't go that well. Ironically, 18 months. He only played 28 appearances. It seems like most of his career he was a sub. He didn't play as many games as you would think. Of course, if you think about it like that, a lot of teams at this point, I don't know. Actually, there's no reason I see here that, he never really that stayed at a club more than anything. He didn't play a lot. On a 5-year loan, and then at 35 years of age, his contract ended with Lazio, and he went to Atalanta in January of 2013. He was released at the end of the campaign, but re-signed after failing to find a new club. As a player, his accolades are: won La Liga title in the 99-2000 season, Copa del Rey in the 01-02 season, and Supercopa de España in 2000 and 2002. FA Cup runner-up for West Ham United, the team I'm wearing right now. Argentina U20. This is blinker. I'm gonna just talk about this quickly. And yeah, Argentina U20 in 1997. That 1997 squad. Ooh. Yeah, you can see it now, right? Just tell me now. Hold on. The squad had a lot of players. If I can find Argentina, give me 1 second. But yeah. He was a youth player, but yeah, that's odd. He has a brother who also played at Deportivo, but never made it beyond the reserve team. He has 2 sons, Ian and Noah, which you probably have seen at the World Cup when he went to go celebrate. So yeah, not that bad. Pretty solid career. He's went to different teams. I think he's loved in West Ham for a reason. I've heard he was a cult hero for a season. He had a pretty long career. That's about almost a 20-year career, which is really, really nice to see. But yeah, so he's played England, Italy, Spain, and Argentina. Kind of nice to have that on your record. He has won some accolades too, so you can't say he hasn't. So, but now we're gonna talk about his Argentina career, not his managerial career. His Argentina career. So let's talk about his Argentina career and his playing career. So, as I said before, he won the U20 World Championship, Youth World Championship, and the team. I remember 1997 it had a lot of good players, but I couldn't remember it until I saw the list. We have noticeable names such as Pablo Aimar, who currently is on Lionel Scaloni's managerial team for Argentina. He played for River. If I really go into it, this is not gonna be this is Scaloni's video, so I'm just gonna have a brief overview. Aimar was supposedly could have been the next Maradona, and he's Messi's idol, and Oh yeah, she has not many accolades. Oops. Kufre. Walter Samuel, who had a long career as well as Walter Samuel. Esteban Cambiaso, who played for Inter Milan for about a decade, alongside Javier Zanetti. Zanetti isn't in the team. And I think the biggest one that I could see here is Juan Roman Riquelme. Supposedly could have been the next Maradona, but he was too different. He wasn't fast, and he was stubborn. Which, I mean, both of them are stubborn, but Roman never really lived up to the hypes in Europe. And yeah, he is the president of Boca Juniors now. So the team is stacked. The team had a lot of good players. And if I look in their group, Australia, Canada, and Hungary. I guess we can go through a little quick overview. They beat England in the round of 16, Argentina 2-0, Brazil 2-0 in the quarters. They beat Republic of Ireland in the semifinals, and they ended up beating Uruguay 2-1 in the final. So, yeah, it's Scaloni as a player. He's won 5 titles overall, but in order for Argentina, he made his debut against. I'm so sorry, apologies. He made his debut against Libya in the 30th of April in 2003. As a right mid, he scored 1 goal and he was 18 minutes on the pitch. And he also played in Japan. He's played against Japan, against Germany, 2005, against Bolivia, World Cup qualification. He was on the bench in a lot of these matches. Hungary, Angola. And the last ever match he played was against Mexico in the 2006 World Cup. He played the entire game. Ironically, he had huge. This is post West Ham. He had big shoes to fill because Javier Zanetti did not go. I don't know the reason. I'm not gonna look into it, but he had to replace Javier Zanetti, which is wow. Imagine that. Yeah, he had to take. His only appearance was there. Blah blah blah. He was a surprise selection. I'm guessing because he did so good with West Ham, and of course Javier Zanetti did not go. Let's search it. Let's talk about it. No, not statistically, where is international career? He wasn't called up 2006 World Cup by Jose Peckerman because it was in a controversial decision. Lionel Scaloni was given that selection. Crazy. That's crazy. Not many people know that. I didn't know that until now. Valentina. Yeah, he had a short Argentina career. Not that long at all. He has played with the likes of course, both youth-wise, and he's played with, well, if I really go down the list. But 2006, let's talk about 2006 World Cup really quickly. For the 2006 World Cup, let me talk about the groups, the squad really quickly, because a lot of people say that this team basically until the 2014 World Cup, this team single-handedly in the last few decades was the best team to potentially play for a World Cup. Robin Ayala, Juan Pablo Sorin, Cambiaso, Heinze, Saviola, Javier Mascherano, Crespo, Riquelme, Tevez, Franco, Scaloni, Rodrigo Palacio, who missed in the 2014 World Cup final, Gabriel Milito. Milito was so much older. No, this is everyone else. Neymar, Maxi Rodriguez, Lionel Messi. And of course, they lost on penalties against Germany. And a lot of people were really hating on Beckham because they left Messi on the bench. What could have been? This team is stacked. A lot of old players, a lot of youth, and a lot of young talent, such as Messi, Saviola, Cambiaso. Where is Mascherano? And of course, Mascherano is currently the U20 World Cup, U20 coach for Argentina. Interesting on that. So, let's talk about his managerial career. So, I'm gonna do this quickly. His first tournament was 2019, so that's why I have the kit. But I'm gonna switch kits. So just yeah, this was his debut tournament. And in my opinion, he did pretty good of the situation we were in. I'm half Argentinian, so I'm gonna say we because why not? And yeah, so now we're in the better kit, I guess, right? Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about his managerial career. In 2016, he was appointed assistant manager of Jorge Sampaoli. Yes, the same Sampaoli that kind of almost sabotaged Argentina. He was there for about a year, and then Sampaoli, he was on part of his technical team, I'm assuming. So, when Sampaoli got the Argentina job, he went with him for 1 year. But after he was fired, after the horrendous World Cup they had, they saw, some Lionel Scaloni, plus, they needed a revamp of the system, the player system of the senior level and the youth level. And U20, of course, not a lot of players, there's not really much in U23 because that's mostly for the Olympics qualification and the Olympics itself. He was appointed Argentina U20 manager in July 17, 2018. On that team, well, it's not going to tell me what players he coached, but it's going to tell me the squad here now. It's not going to tell me. Former squads, nuts. Whoa. What is this? What am I? No. That's not that. Anyways, so his first ever title with Argentina. I want to say title. His title as a manager. Of course, he won the U20 World Cup with Argentina, but as a manager, he played in the 2018 Gotif tournament. It was a football competition for international youth teams, and it was a good way to get some players in. The biggest thing I remember when Scaloni was appointed, I was like, didn't I just see them lose against India? They lost 2-0 against India in the group stage. Or was it group stage? It was group stage, yeah. So the participating teams in that, where is it played? It was played in Spain. You can tell why. So the teams were Argentina, India, Mauritania, Morocco, Murcia, Qatar, Russia, Uruguay, Valenciana, which is the region of Valencia, and Venezuela. Argentina topped out the group, and Venezuela came in second. Their results were they beat Venezuela 4-0, they beat Murcia 2-0, 2-0 to Mauritania, and they lost 2-1 against India. Wow. They beat Uruguay on penalties 3-1, and they end up beating Argentina. They end up beating Russia after extra time to a 2-1 and win his first title. It doesn't tell me their I don't think it tells me their title. Hold up. their squad. No, it does not tell me their squads. No, it really doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's ironic. Anyways, after that, after the show of performance, they were like, okay, he has what he has some potential. They were looking for a coach. So, in August 2nd of 2018, he was appointed manager. And hold on, I think I can search it here. Give me 1 second. We're gonna see, because I don't know how this works. A lot of players made a debut. Wait, what? Oh no. Shoot, can I go? Where's the farthest I can go? I don't think I can go back farther, can I? Oops. Nope, this is nope. This is no. Give me one technical error. I apologize for this. So he's played in the 2019 Copa America, 2021 Copa America, the Finalissima, or the 2022 World Cup. That's his 4 tournaments to date. 2019 Copa America. Oof, that was a rough one. That was a pretty rough one. If you don't know mine, then let me search it up really quick. Let me get everything ready. So, Transfermarkt does have it. I just had to keep looking. So, let's talk about each of Lionel Scaloni's tournaments. So, of course, he was appointed in 2018. His first match was a 3-0 win against Guatemala. Then, it was a 0-0 tie against Colombia. Here in MetLife, I believe it was. Ironically, his first loss came against Brazil, and I believe it was the Super Cup they usually have in Saudi Arabia. I believe it was Saudi Arabia. I remember watching it. I think it was Marquinhos who scored the only goal of the game. After that, 2 back-to-back wins against Mexico. He played a lot of different formations: a 4-3-3 attacking, a 4-4-2, 4-4-2 double 6, 4-2-3-1, 4-1-4. That's a lot. But let's talk about his Copa America. Surrounding the Copa America 2019, hosts were Brazil. Argentina came in for their first trophy in about 20 plus, about to be 20 plus years. No, it was 20, 22, 23, 22, 23, hold up, 25 years that they have not won in any competition. Lionel Messi's one of his last chances to win an international trophy with Argentina. It started off slow, a 2-0 loss against Colombia, which I remember watching all these matches. It made me wow. Then 1-1 draw against Paraguay. I remember that game. It was tough. Van Guardmani made a penalty save, which kept Argentina with the point and prolonged the Lionel Scaloni era, which is so weird to think about, because if they did not tie that match, they would have been probably out, even with 3 points. Yeah, they would have had to get a win against Qatar, and 3 points is really, really rough, because it was not looking well for them at all. Then they beat Qatar 2-0. Qatar, of course, the current World Cup, the current AFC champions, the last World Cup hosts. They were invited alongside Japan in this tournament. They beat Venezuela in the quarterfinals because they made it out, I believe it was second in the group. And then came the big smack in the wrist, a 2-0 loss against Brazil, against host Brazil in the semifinals. game was intense. Argentina played well at times. There are a few penalties that should have been given, in my opinion. But Argentina, they fell apart at certain times, and they caught and they paid for it. I remember in that tournament, a lot of big players that could potentially be a lot of breakout stars came out, like Lautaro Martinez, recently coming from Racing Club from Argentina. Juan Foyth made a debut. Of course, our trio, I don't think it's gonna work anymore. That doesn't really exist. But Rodrigo de Paul, Leonardo Paredes, and Giovanni Lo Celso, our trio in the midfield. He's a really good foundation he left, and of course, Argentina made the playoffs, third place, and they beat Chile in the controversial Messi versus Medel. Yeah, interesting. Of course, World Cup qualifying went out really. It started really well for the Argentina national team. So let's talk about 2021. 2021 peak pandemic. Well, after peak pandemic, the tournament was supposed to be played in Argentina, Colombia, but of course, the countries were in ruin, were in shambles, both federations and health-wise. So they decided to host it in Brazil again. It was supposedly Australia and Qatar were gonna be invited, but or was it? I believe it was them too. And final, it was supposed to be Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, and Australia in 2 groups of 5. North and South. They scrapped it, but they still had North and South. Argentina started the tournament 0-0, 1-1 against Chile with Lionel Messi free kick to start the tournament. 1-0 win against Uruguay with the goal from Guido Rodriguez. Assist by Messi. 1-0 win against Paraguay. 4-1 win against Bolivia. Qualified them as first in the group. Quarterfinals, Argentina versus Ecuador. 3-0. 4-3 win against Colombia in the semifinals. And of course, Argentina beating out Brazil in the final. Ganaron contra Brazil en la Maracanã. Scaloni, they were like, he's the right man for the job. Players were looking really good under him, and most of this tournament he was using a 4-3-3 attack or a 4-4-2 double six. Great. Title number 1. Qualifying went great. They won. Qualifying went really good. In the finalissima, they beat Italy 3-0 for his second title under management. Amazing game. Good game. And then start of so he kind of gets an A for this, to winning 2 titles. But the main thing was the World Cup. How was he going to come into it? And Argentina came in firing hot. A 3-0 win, a 5-0 win, 3-0 win, 3-0 win, 5-0 win. Coming into the tournament as one of the best teams in the world. And I believe they were on a 32 or 33. It was either 32 or 33 winning game streak. But Argentina lost 2-1 against Saudi Arabia to start off the tournament. People were saying Scaloni was at fault, but let the process be. 2-0 win against Mexico, 2-0 win against Poland, 2-1 Australia, 6-5 against the Netherlands. Of course, after extra time, penalties, 3-0 win against Croatia in the semis, a demolition match of the former runners-up. And here we are, Argentina against France in the final. Surrounding this tournament, can Argentina do it? Lionel Scaloni, of course, his managerial expertise was unmatched, but his experience had some doubts. Of course, he was coming into the tournament with people managers that have had 10, 20 years of experience. Didier Deschamps has had the team since 2016, bringing him to 4 finals in that time. Wait, 3 finals in that time. One Euro final, which he lost to Ronaldo's Portugal. 2 World Cup finals. Crazy. He beat Louis van Gaal, who's had expertise since the 90s. Could he do it? Could a replacement really win a World Cup for Argentina? And on the 18th of December in 2022, Argentina won their 3rd star, and Lionel Scaloni was not disrespected. He did it, hand in hand again, helping his teammate from 2006 World Cup, Lionel Messi, win his World Cup, his desired World Cup. So after that, of course, he already had signed until 2024 for the Copa America, but a lot of wins since then. A 2-0 loss against Uruguay in the past qualifiers, and a win against Brazil in the Maracanã. After that, he had a press conference saying he might leave the job because of the stress. And of course, you're world champions, you're Copa America champions. You have one of the best teams in the world. You need to replicate it in the next tournament. And yeah, he said he was going to step down. He's not going to step down. He's going to stay until the end of the tournament, winning or losing. And yeah, he also says he might go to Real Club Deportivo La Coruña and be their manager, maybe after. And yeah, that's Lionel Scaloni, everyone. Any fun facts I can think of at the top of my head? No, not really. From a replacement coach to a World Cup winner, that's unimaginable. And so I'm gonna have to redo the ending, but I forgot to say, alongside Lionel Messi's Ballon d'Or win and Emi Martinez's Best Goalkeeper of the Year win, he also won World's Best World's Best Coach. I completely forgot to say that, but yeah, that's yeah. So it's been Gav. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you learned something new, leave a like. If you like this type of series and would you like to see more, leave a comment down below of what I could do next. I'm only gonna do managers for now because it's just easier. So yeah, of course I'll update the descriptions of anything that happens, because I'm currently recording this on the 12th of February.